Hey guys, so we just made our faces. Um, Last video, you can see I still have the one from last video. I should actually get rid of that. And I'm gonna work with this little goblin head guy to show you how I would make a quick body model. So whenever you're modeling your characters, you can try to go about it relatively quickly, and then I'll go over how I would make the clothes relatively quickly as well. And this kind of same thing could be applied to hair. It's all about extruding and knowing the right tools. But I'll go ahead and get started with the body. I'll make another square. Do smoothing. I'll just do one division. That works. Up. Scale it big. And this will be our torso. So for him, I'm gonna have him be kind of like a, let's just say, more of like a. He's got a strong chin. Let's make him like a muscular type. So we can select this guy. Oh, I got symmetry on. So we can turn symmetry off. Select, and you can kind of just adjust how you want the shape to be. Say like that. Be oh, forgot I don't have symmetry on anymore. Let's see. Everything should be symmetrical so far. Turn back on symmetry. Okay. And same kind of thing. We smoothed out our head. Same thing will be whenever we smooth this guy out. It'll have a lot more faces, and then once it's smooth, then you'll be able to connect the body to the head. Let's see here. Maybe scale this in a bit. Back. Okay. Now we can go ahead and make some arms. We can extrude these guys out and adjust them. So extrude. Down. Out. Say maybe like right here. And they are much wider because we use the auto old one. So let's say I don't want these in that kind of shape. Let's put them in like this kind of shape. Should have done that before, but that's okay. And now we can take these faces. We can probably move this guy down too. Okay. And we can take these faces, do another extrusion. I'm just gonna grab it this time. Out and down. A bit further out. Take it, scale it down. Out to kind of give the T-pose a little natural curvature to it. And maybe scale it down a little bit more. This will be our wrist. Okay. So now we can make the legs. So for the legs, I'm actually going to turn symmetry off, and I'm going to do one at a time, one side at a time. So let's do extruding the leg here. Lay it down, out. Smooth this out a little bit. And then what we'll do with the leg is, instead of just extruding or doing symmetry with the vertexes at the same time, we can just mirror it over once we have the right look. Let's see here. I actually wouldn't mind another, before we do the legs, another layer going down of the hips. Let's see. So I can do this. Oop, okay. Alrighty. Made the wrong selection there. Third time's the charm. Here we go. Some hips there. Okay. Might end up having to move this guy up a little bit, but that's fine. Okay, so now we can do, and that was all with symmetry off. So in case you had that on again, let's do extrude down, over just a little bit, and readjust these guys. Okay, and then another extrude down. Outward. Scale it more flat, a little smaller. Say about maybe a little taller than that. Okay, and then yeah, we're gonna go ahead and move this guy up, both of these up just a little bit, and I'm gonna take these guys and move them down even further. Okay, that seems about a good length. Decent. And then we can take these faces on the bottom, do another extrusion down. This will be to make the feet. Say about right there. Flatten it out. Maybe widen it a little bit. And then we can take maybe these faces and extrude them forward. See. Up, down, in. Okay. And then we can just take all the ones on the bottom and just smooth those out so they're flat. Shoe shape, however you want to make it, up to you. Okay, so now we can go into face mode, delete these guys out at the center point, object mode, make sure your axis is in the middle, and then we can go to mesh, mirror, and make sure cut axis object, yes. It's going to be in the X direction, so you see down here X is going from right to left this way, so we're going to want to go in the negative direction, which is this way, flipping from positive to negative, so negative. Combine with original, yes. Merge border vertices, and we should hit mirror, have a combined set body here. And let's see here, not crazy with how high the hips are. Maybe move those down a little bit. Forward. A little skinnier, just how I imagine it. Let's see, bring these guys out. Oh, forgot. Let's turn back on symmetry because our character is symmetrical at the moment. These guys out. And he's starting to take a little bit of shape. So what we can do is I can show you how to make some basic hands as well. So what we can do, let's say we move, so what is this, the left hand. Okay, so if we look at our left hand, this is just a basic hand, so we're going to do a thumb, and the rest are going to be sort of like a solid like block to simulate the other part of the hand. So we can do face here, extrude, one, so there'll be 3 different axes. So that's 1, hit the G key to repeat. Make it smaller, rotate a little bit out. See how it looks. Way too thick. So let's see, down here, shrink it down a little bit. Oh, we didn't make the palm. That's why it looks so weird. That is my bad. Okay, so let's see. This guy, extrude out, maybe like that instead. Out, make the palm, and then from here, makes it a lot easier because then we can actually make our thumb from this one. So that could be 1, shrink down, rotate, 2, out, shrink, rotate, move over here, and then another one, out, move over, rotate, shrink down. Kind of got a thumb going that way. And what I meant to say before was pointer finger and the rest of the fingers can be their own separate thing. So this will be our pointer finger, and we can scale these down. Same with these, we can move that, reshaping the hand a little bit. Okay, so this will be our pointer finger. We can look out, and same thing, it'll be in 3 segments. We can do 1, shrink it down, make sure it's not too tall, up, okay, 1, maybe a little less out. Oop. 2, shrink it down, 3, shrink it down, natural curvature to it. And if you're not understanding how I'm able to grabbing those rings, I'm just double clicking in sequence. Looks a little too skinny that way. Let's see. Seems like a... Oop. And you can actually change this, so it's object, let's see, component, yeah. It's a little bit easier to scale it in the way you want. Okay, pointer finger, back to object, and then the rest will be over here. So then we can do extrude. And you can do this like individually with like all 5 fingers, but just for the sake of time, I'm just showing you how to do it with, you know, just like a little mini hand. So that's 1, and then 2, and then 3. You can shrink down, shrink down. Okay, so we got some hands there.